What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on, everybody? Danny Huckins here, man. 1/3 of We Are Wrestling. Donnie, by the way, I got to say how fire that intro is. We got the Asian sensation over here with his orange sunglasses. What's going on, man?
Hello, everybody. Ben here. We Are Wrestling 1/3. How you guys doing today? Don, also got to give you a compliment, man. Sick fucking intro as always. And the skitties are amazing. The Skittles hat, A1 as fuck. Anyways, today we have an amazing extra for you guys today. But before we get into that, Don, what's going on?
Well, I am very surprised to hear all the nice compliments, despite all the white rabbit
Don't get too
drama.
flattered.
I appreciate it. But this week on, our extras, we are going to be talking about something that, happened last night. We had a contract extension. AEW posted a press release saying that Jon Moxley signed a 5-year extension with the promotion. But before we get into all that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO.
An STD.
You already know the grind is real.
I'm sorry, I had to last second.
And after we talk about, the Jon Moxley contract extension, we're also going to talk about LA Knight, because on Smackdown, he just came back as LA Knight. And, of course, last-minute Extreme Rule predictions, because tonight we will be having a watch-along, 7:50 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. All three of us are going to be watching Extreme Rules all together, and we're going to be having a great time. We want you to join us and, make this an awesome stream. So let's get into our first thing with Jon Moxley. Danny, what's your thoughts on the extension?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, when you look at the kind of talent that they have in AEW, they have guys that are in it for themselves for the most part. Like, there's a lot of drama surrounding AEW for the most part. And then you have guys like Jericho and Moxley and these guys that are sort of like, the father figures around the locker room, I guess you could say. Just
they're the
how legendary they are.
The whole thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, smart move. A guy like Moxley, you pay that man whatever the fuck you need to keep him under contract.
Yes, you do.
He's just that kind of talent. So, and influence. I mean, he's a great influence backstage. So,
locker room leader.
Yeah, man, he's definitely one of them. So when it comes to the whole Jon Moxley thing, yeah, I do have to agree with you. Very smart move. I personally believe that Jon Moxley is a fucking ticket seller. He definitely fills the seats with very hefty pocketed filled asses. He is a star player 100%, and his run in AEW has been fucking blockbuster as shit. Like we just stated, he's one of the father figures with a lot of locker room influence. He's he has accolades upon accolades. He's wrestled all over the fucking world. I mean, the dude is just overly talented, and dude, he's not even that old. He's like 35, if that. Like maybe a little bit younger, like 35. The dude still has a whole fucking career ahead of him, and he's accomplished so much as an individual. And his booking in AEW has always been fucking fire. So it was a smart move and a good business deal, and it stayed true to Jon Moxley. So yeah, I have to agree. This extension with AEW was a smart thing, and it'll keep the ratings up because they need him, and just as much as honestly he needs them. So it's a hand-in-hand thing. It's just one of those things that kind of went without saying. You knew that he was attached to the company. He's not leaving anytime soon. That he is one of the best things that AEW has to offer, and he is being treated very well for it. So like I said, other than his like trials and tribulations as a human being, shit happens, but he bounced back very well, and it shows that he's, locker room leader capacity. So I definitely 100% will say that was a solid move on Jon.
Couldn't have said it any better, honestly, Ben. My thoughts on the Jon Moxley extension: I've been a day one AEW fan, and when this man made his debut, when he left
was
WWE,
that the episode before the official TV deal, or was that like the last episode?
This was during Double or Nothing when he made
so
his
that was
debut
during like the web series,
2019.
Right? Okay, so that was like the final. like one of like the final pay-per-views of the web series shit, and they were hopping straight to television.
Pay-per-views. This was like their first, I think, pay-per-view that they did.
Gotcha. Yeah, his
So-
fucking debut was erupting, dude. I watched that shit a million times since it happened. It's so
Didn't
good.
he DDT Jericho on poker chips?
Nope, that was Omega.
Oh,
He did DDT him though.
He did.
He did DDT him
Because I
though.
remember Jericho being in the ring when Moxley made his debut.
He's
Oh, yeah, he
"What
went
the
after
hell are you
Buck
doing
Crazy.
here?"
I think that was like a week
He sold
after
that
he left.
shit.
I think that was a week after he left WWE too. It was really quick.
Yeah, that was after the Jericho versus Omega match in 2019.
Yeah,
My
dude, that
thoughts
was
on the
great.
whole situation, like with Mox, I think ever since he debuted in AEW, he's been nothing but a valuable asset to them. Because after he left WWE, he dropped this video on Twitter. This was his first fucking tweet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this video was insane. And it had like really teasing Double or Nothing. But a lot of us, didn't know. And then he made his debut. And since then, you could say, for his whole run in AEW, it's been beautiful. He is the heart and soul of that promotion.
Oh,
Man had one of the best world title runs,
Dude.
beating Jericho at Revolution and, really carrying the company. And he's been such a huge leader to this promotion.
Dude,
and the
the
man is
top
such a
4
valuable
faces,
asset.
the top 4 faces of AEW right now that are like the hottest faces are obviously Mox, Jericho, MJF, and fuck, I just had his name
Bryan
on top of my
Danielson?
fucking. Yes, sorry, Bryan Danielson, because I thought I was gonna go with Daniel Bryan, but I was like, I'm not gonna put disrespect on his name. But Kenny Omega as well. Kenny Omega is one of the biggest draws AEW has.
Top
Even
5.
if you don't know about Kenny Omega like that, he is without a doubt one of the heart and soul members of this entire brigade. He's definitely top 5, and I feel as if all 5 of those names were fair.
Kenny Omega, he's one of those guys. Like he definitely is a name draw. Like he draws money, definitely.
He's been
But
around the
unless
world.
you're like I said in the group chat last night, and it had nothing. I didn't say anything mean or anything about him. I enjoy Kenny Omega, but me personally, I didn't know him until I started watching AEW. Unless you're like a diehard, you watch everything.
Like New Japan and shit like that.
Tell them what you said
'Cause
in
he's
the
huge.
group chat, Danny. I want them
shit.
to.
I
them
said
to
CM
know.
Punk is more of a draw than Kenny Omega. CM Punk has more name
Whoa!
recognition than
No!
Kenny
No!
Omega
No!
does.
No! 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 Rewind a little bit. You
What?
said that you would pick CM Punk over Kenny
I
Omega.
would.
You would fire
would.
Omega before Punk.
I would.
Hot
CM
take.
Punk would draw more money than Kenny Omega because CM Punk is known
Draw more
outside
money.
of pro
The
wrestling as
ratings
well.
have been worse with CM Punk than freaking when AEW first started.
I'm
Omega
gonna
had
let
more
you guys
viewers
hash
than
this one
Punk.
out. I'll let you guys hash this one out.
I
I'm gonna
just-
sit here and moderate, and I'll let you guys know
No,
if you
I'm
guys
just
are going too
leaving it
far.
as that because we're talking about John Moxley with the
Yeah.
extension. But
No,
I do
but
gotta
John
say,
Moxley's great.
with John Moxley, like especially now, like he's gonna be more in a more of like a mentor role and coaching role as well
Yep.
as
Mhm.
being, a
Gotcha.
performer. I think that's a great move because the man is a locker room leader.
You know what
knows
I feel?
he's doing, and they could definitely use his mentorship.
You know what I feel TK needs to do? He
What's
needs
up,
to
man?
have a program implemented in AEW to teach some of these young guys the proper way how to conduct themselves. Because I don't feel like the way that they conduct themselves, like we're talking about the Sammy Guevara's, and I'll even throw Andrade because he's no angel either. Like just these guys
Yeah.
that feel like they're
Oh,
untouchable.
dude, Andrade
You know what
is
I
so
mean?
fucking. Yeah, that I want to talk about that part of this extra after we're done with the John Moxley stuff too, because I have some things to say about that. But continue.
But yeah, I definitely think they need to implement something.
No,
to
they
where,
need to. They need a performance center. What TK needs, and I've been
Absolutely.
saying this for the longest time ever, TK needs to have himself an inner circle like Vince McMahon has had. He had,
Absolutely.
Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn. He had people he could trust. That's what TK needs because with this television product, he can't be doing it by himself. That's why there's a lot of bad booking decisions. He needs to have a circle around him, helping him write the shows.
Absolutely.
But with Moxley being implemented with his new contract extension, with the mentorship and the coaching or whatever, I feel like TK is slowly starting to get there. And I feel like if he extends Jericho's contract, he's gonna have the same thing. The mentorship,
Yeah, I have
coaching and stuff.
I have no doubt in my mind that Jericho's going to extend a fucking
He's
deal.
next.
There's no
I'm
doubt in my
telling
mind.
you. The way that these two were after what happened at All Out with the allegation thing,
Yeah,
the way Jericho was in that press conference, and the way
absolutely.
that Mox and Jericho and Danielson, brought the locker room together,
Mhm.
there is no freaking way that they're not
Yeah,
giving Jericho that extension like
of
they did
course.
to Mox.
See, here's the thing. Jericho is one of those talents that actually has choices in this matter. Now, it doesn't
Mhm.
matter what's going on or how professionally he handled himself. We all know that Jericho's the GOAT when it comes to professionalism in this business.
Yep.
We already know he's the GOAT. He doesn't pull punches unless they're necessary. Now, even amidst all of this, Jericho could leave AEW tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because he has stated before that he would be open to ending his career in WWE. Now, the only way I see him doing that is if he meant it and if he means it. Now, he's getting of age, and we all know that he knows it, and he doesn't feel any shame wrestling over the age of 50.
Bro, I'm
However,
pretty sure it's safe to say we all thought he was done after 05 when he
yeah,
got
of
fired
course,
from Raw.
but he
Yeah.
got resurged. Something clicked again, and he became Jericho again, and now he's more creative than he's ever been in his entire career.
But one thing I
Now,
will say about Jericho, though, real quick,
of
sorry
course,
for interrupting,
no, you're
but
good, man.
with Jericho, the thing I do got to say is he did say this in, a lot of his podcasts, like Talk is Jericho, that he did lose his passion when he was working for WWE doing those
Especially
90
towards the
day
tail end.
things. And
Yeah.
then when he went to, New Japan and did that one off
It
with
as
Kenny
the
Omega,
Painmaker and
that's what
shit.
really, that's
Yeah.
what really sparked his love
Dude,
again for
yeah,
the
because he
sport.
got to be
I don't see
creative.
him leaving AEW.
See, again, I don't either, but I'm saying, if he decided to tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised because with Jericho, it's all business, and it's always been, and,
Yeah.
he is one of those people where, yes, he has an open mind about, what WWE does and, X, Y, and Z, but there is no love lost or burnt bridges there. Jericho
Never.
and WWE have a great relationship, especially after still being allowed to be on Stone Cold's podcast.
I
That
don't
was
know. I don't know about that,
And
man.
sending a video to John Cena
and sending a
is
video,
nice
dude,
as
that's
well.
still huge. Vince gave Stone Cold the immediate okay. He was like, hell yeah, go for it. Have Jericho on the fucking podcast. There is no love lost. And that's why I'm saying I wouldn't be
Okay.
surprised if one
Yeah,
day he
Triple
does.
H throws shots at him. Jericho throws shots at
Yeah, but
WWE a
dude,
little bit.
and
That's
here's the
all
thing.
fun and that's
I
all
want to
love
know why
for the
It
sport.
is love.
WWE.
It
I
is
want to
love
know.
because
I want to
they
know
know
why
who's on the calendar.
WWE. I want to know why WWE unfollowed Jericho on all of their social media.
It's probably just a fucking
No,
petty
it's
ass
because
fucking back and
TK
forth. It's
sent
all
a
love, bro.
warning because TK sent a warning out to WWE about
About
talking to
their talent
AEW
and shit.
guys. So what WWE probably did was they probably just unfollowed Jericho and stuff
Probably to keep the
because
peace.
they don't want to have those allegations.
Of course. And again, I just basically what I'm saying is Jericho is one of those people that have choices. He could decide to stay and further AEW, or he could take the route and decide, hey, I do want to end it where I got big, and end it for himself. And it all comes down to what Jericho is feeling because he has choices. He's the only one in this entire industry right now that really has the right to choose where he goes, no matter what the circumstance. Because
Now,
he's just he's a legend.
I would add Claudio. I would add Danielson. I would add Moxley to that list of names too. I mean, bro,
For
they
sure.
could work.
For
If they wanted
sure,
to go back to
but
WWE tomorrow, they could
in
fucking go.
terms of the impact, Jericho's the only one out of all of them.
There's
Nobody
nobody
can touch
in.
Jericho.
There's nobody that's an active competitor today that has this kind of impact that Jericho had. I mean, the
Absolutely.
dude, he's been wrestling
Absolutely.
since the '80s, and he's still active as if he's in
And
his
relevant.
20s.
And relevant.
You know something I do got to say about Jericho? I think Jericho is going to be with AEW for the long haul, even
Oh, of course.
because here's the thing. Here's what I think is going to happen. Jericho's going to, keep wrestling for AEW and, be loyal to them.
I got a
Then
hot
when
take
he
after you.
decides that his career is over, I think he's going to have a talk with TK. Look,
I think-
WWE has been my place. Can I
Yep.
do a one-off in WWE to end my career?
See,
TK is
here's
going
the
to say,
thing.
of course, Jericho, you
Here's the
can. And then
thing.
what's going to happen after that? Jericho's going to be probably part of Tony Khan's inner circle and help him with booking decisions.
I can see that happening, but I'm
And
going to take
future
it a step. I'm
commentator.
going to take a step further. I feel as if, hot take, one day Jericho will be the only wrestler in history to wrestle in two promotions as much as he fucking wants towards the end of his career. I have a feeling
Yep.
that he is the only one that will be able to cross brands and nobody would be surprised. Well, I mean, it'd be fucking, huge, but like it just nobody would be surprised that Jericho was the one to do it.
Yeah, especially with Vince McMahon not being there anymore and Triple H being
Dude,
there, being
bro, I could
open.
see another Shane
Absolutely.
McMahon fucking thing happening, being on Raw
People
and
can say that
WCW in the same fucking night.
people
I
people
would
can
not
say
be
that
surprised.
people can say that WWE and
Yeah.
AEW are never gonna ever have any kind of like working relationship.
They
But
will.
I mean, they've proven time and time again that. I mean,
They will. They already do.
it's just a matter
It's
of
not going to
time.
be
They
what
already do.
people expect it to be, though. It's
I
going to be
mean,
like
yeah.
Jericho, crossing paths.
Yep.
I'm sure John Moxley, towards the end of his run,
I
maybe he'll
have a
do something with the
feeling,
Shield one
bro,
time.
I have a
and
feeling
go
that
back.
I have a feeling that we haven't even seen the last of Cody Rhodes in AEW. Like, I have a feeling that we'll see him back there eventually. Like,
Maybe
dude,
for like a
it's
one-off appearance if they make some
exactly.
type of
That's what
deal.
I'm
Because
saying,
back
dude.
then, Impact and WWE did it when
And
Ric Flair
having
went in the Hall
Cody
of Fame
Rhodes,
with Four
bro,
Horsemen. And
in
then
20
Christian Cage, appeared at Slammiversary. They
yeah,
did a
dude.
deal before.
And in 2021, Mickey James in the fucking Royal Rumble. That was huge in
With the
2021.
Knockouts title,
With
man.
the
That was
Knockouts
awesome.
title. That is fucking huge for WWE.
You want to know why they
That
allowed that
moment
to happen, right? Because of the whole trash bag fiasco.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, they let
But the
her
fact
take
that
the
Vince
title
allowed
and
that,
Hardcore
man, was
Country.
crazy. That was
And
crazy
Hardcore
for
Country.
Vince.
Dude,
Vince
and the
McMahon.
fact that Impact was so behind it and all the superstars were just wishing her for the fucking best. Like, that's amazing. The first active Impact wrestler to step foot in a Royal Rumble. That's fucking amazing.
I would have
Awesome.
enjoyed it more if she had like, a longer time in the match, but she
Dude,
wasn't in the
yeah.
match that long. She got
Melina
fucked
slipped
over.
Yeah,
up.
she had
She was
some
supposed to
moments,
be,
though, in
dude.
there.
Melina slipped up too. She was supposed to be in there longer.
Yeah, her foot slipped off the ring
Man,
apron.
there's
and she
so
broke.
much
She
in
was
that
so
Rumble.
pissed.
There's
She
so
was so
much
pissed.
botches because Kofi
Yeah.
was supposed to be in there longer and he
Yeah,
messed
he
up.
fucked up. That was his first time
Crazy.
ever fucking up one of his stunts too. So I felt really horrible about all that. But
Yeah.
in the long run, Jericho's the GOAT. But
Oh,
what's the
absolutely.
next?
Okay, so the next thing we
Jericho
definitely got to
Appreciation
talk.
Society over
We
here.
all agree though, Mox with the contract extension, great move for AEW.
Great fucking
Absolutely,
move, man.
Dude,
Like
that was a solid move.
Moxley is the kind of talent, the kind of influence that you need. Like, give him a blank check, pay him whatever the fuck he wants.
Arguably, he's
That's
the
pretty
face of
much.
AEW minus Jericho. Arguably,
Yes.
he's the face of AEW, and
And I want
eventually
to
we're
add one
gonna
more
have
thing
MJF.
before we move on to our next thing.
What up, fam?
So I was, at this fair in our area, the Big E, and someone saw my AEW shirt, and me and this guy talked, and he was a WWE fan. He loves WWE, but he started tuning into AEW because of one person, and he had me guess who it was. I kept naming people. He's like, wrong, and then he said John Moxley, and right there, like, I think that just proves that John Moxley is, a household name. He's bringing people over to AEW because of, what he did in WWE as Dean Ambrose.
Other than
And
MJF,
incredible to see.
Other than MJF, John Moxley is the most over superstar in AEW right now. John Moxley is, especially
He
after
is.
being praised by CM Punk when he went to rehab. That's all he needed. That was the last stamp of approval, and now he's the most.
Absolutely.
Other than MJF, he is the most over
Best
star in
work,
AEW.
man. And I love that, like, not only just in AEW, this man's doing a lot of great stuff outside of it as well with New Japan. Like, the man is making a name
I'm
for
loving.
himself.
That's something I love
Love it.
about AEW above fucking WWE is the fact that AEW allows their talent to be so flexible and to wrestle for other promotions, like even the Indies, New Japan, and they're still allowed to. Like that
It
is
gives us
amazing.
it gives us as fans an opportunity to meet these guys.
Absolutely,
And,
dude.
Love
Fucking
it.
dude, Northeast Wrestling, one of the greatest fucking things ever. I just crossed off Malachi Black off my list and of newly returned Karrion Kross. I am fucking beyond myself.
Oh, by the way,
couple months
speaking of
before he
Northeast
returned.
Wrestling, did you hear November 12th? They did tease the Acclaimed
for
Max
Northeast
and
Wrestling.
Bowens for Northeast
Ooh.
on November 12th. I don't know where
And
it's going to be yet.
Bowens-
They did a little tease.
Bowens does not do indie shows at all.
He is, man. They
go.
got a picture of the two. He's
Well,
doing
yeah, he
it.
does now. But every time we've ever seen Max,
Scissors!
Bowens is not with him. Bowens does not really do
Come on,
indie
Danny,
booking.
scissor me.
Scissor.
Scissoring is a new handshake.
Scissor
Man.
me, Mr.
That is the
Slide.
name handshake.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know it'd be a fucking trip, bro.
What up, bud?
If Billy Gunn ended up showing up on Raw for the 25th anniversary of DX.
Apparently that's not entirely impossible. Apparently that's very doable from what
Monday
what they were making it sound. So
Bro,
we'll have to
Monday,
see on Monday.
I'm so mad.
He's
I'm
going
so
to, I feel like.
bro. I'm
Bro,
so
it-
mad I didn't know in advance. Brooklyn, New
Dude.
York, man, it's gonna be nuts.
Bro, if he shows up, the crowd's erupting. Letting you know that right now, especially since he's an active AEW member, like especially on the active roster. Yeah,
Yo,
that's gonna be
imagine a
cool.
Scissor Me Daddy chant on Raw.
Hey,
That
I
would
mean,
be the line
hey,
right there.
Triple H is running
Triple
things
H is
now.
running shit, dude.
If
So
Triple H wants
He's
Billy
gonna do
Gunn,
what's
he's
best
gonna
for
get
the
Billy
fans,
Gunn.
and what's
I'm
best
telling you
for
this
the
right
fans,
now.
give us Billy Gunn.
You can say what you want, but TK was shitting his pants when he got that phone call from Triple H personally. You know, he was shitting his pants like, oh my God, Hunter just called me. Boner.
Well, of course, I'd be fucking shitting my pants if Hunter was talking
Dude,
to
if he was
me.
like, hey, Tony, how's it going? I'd be like,
The
oh,
reason
my
we
God,
appreciate
Hunter.
Tony Khan is because Tony Khan is just like us, bro.
He's a
Like
fan. And, like,
there's pictures of him as a kid at the old
dude,
ECW
I'm
arena.
telling you this right now. Like, that's the biggest blessing and a curse for Tony Khan in general is that he's such a big, passionate fan like we are, and that's his downfall. Is he's a passionate fucking fan, and that could be the
They're
death of
very
you, man.
true.
That could be the death of
Unfortunately,
you.
you're right, man. That's
That's
true.
the death of you, man. You
Well,
have to find that
let's get
balance.
into our next thing now.
Of course.
LA Knight has returned officially.
Bro, before you go on your tirade, Danny, I just want to say this right now about LA Knight. His return was so satisfying and so convincing and so compelling because you could see in that man's fucking veins that he was so happy to say everything he said in that one moment. Like that dude literally
Yeah.
sold the shit out. You could tell he's been waiting for this. He's like, yo, fuck that Max Dupree shit. He's like, I am LA Knight, and just walked the fuck
Yeah.
away. I was like, oh, give it to me.
Oh, I did not. I was unable to watch.
Yeah. Sorry, Donnie's having a
Use the Maury voice.
convention.
That was fucking great.
Ooh, give it to me.
Give it to
So I was
Correct
unable to
level.
watch. I was unable to watch SmackDown last night. I was busy. But I did see
You're at the hot, right?
I did see the little clip on Instagram of him taking the glasses off and yelling at Maxine and
Throwing him at
pretty
them.
much hitting Mace and Mansoor and beating the hell out of them and being like, "I'm LA Knight." It was pretty satisfying, man. Because like we've heard that it was gonna happen for months, and the fact that it's actually happening.
Bro, I'm
LA Knight is
here's
one
what I
of
got a
those
question.
guys. He should have never been changed. He should have came from NXT, same gimmick, same
Max
everything. The
Dupree.
dude is too good to be in a fucking suit cutting
Dude,
meaningless promos.
This is probably a like refining mode. This probably just like awoken his passion for the business all over again in that one moment. And Triple H probably is like so happy for this guy because like Vince had a very big habit of embarrassing talent. Had a very big habit of just
Look
punishing
at
them.
Karrion Cross with the fucking like gladiator mask.
Oh my
Dude, he's not a
God!
fucking
How like
gladiator.
I'm telling you, he definitely like be watching SmackDown, and he's like, wow, he could have been
Dude,
my God.
he was in a squash match against Jeff Hardy. Like Jeff Hardy's legendary. Do not get me wrong, but they squashed him in that one match. I'm like, bro,
Was that in his debut?
no fight. Yeah, that was
On
his
his
debut on
main
the
roster debut.
Like, good on Karrion for like literally doing what he had to do and did it with pride. But that dude got fucked, and
No
that
Scarlet
shit,
either.
Did you
too.
see the clip of his brawl with fucking with Drew?
Nope. Because
Dude,
here's the thing.
oh
Speaking
my
of
God.
SmackDown, I have not watched it yet. I'm gonna be watching it later on today
Bro.
before Extreme Rules, so I can give you guys my reactions and stuff.
Bro,
I'm gonna keep this LA Knight thing short and sweet. I have not seen it, but obviously I've heard of it now. And my thoughts on the
Bro.
LA Knight return, I do gotta say, I think that it was a great move. I think, I've watched this man's
Absolutely.
work since, Impact Wrestling with Eli Drake. And the man has charisma to another level. And here's the thing that a lot of people forget. Before, like in the beginning of his career, you know who actually managed him in the independent scene?
Who?
Paul Bear, William
Ooh.
Moody. That was his manager. That was before Paul Bear had passed. He managed him. Oh shit. Damn.
That is what happened, bro. Worcester, Massachusetts.
Stop spoiling it to me. I wanna watch it.
Oh,
I
dude,
wanna
the
be
brutality is
surprised.
great. I'm just showing you a screenshot
You're
of
killing my
one moment.
reactions.
Dude, I was just showing you a screenshot
Nah,
of
I
one
know.
fucking
I
particular
know.
moment,
I'm
bro.
joking. I'm joking.
But yeah, dude, I'm excited for Extreme Rules tonight, man. It's tonight. Holy fuck. Sorry.
It's about 7 hours, 8 hours from now.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna get it
excited
set up.
for it.
I'm
I
gonna get
can't
set up
wait.
like early for it, so I don't have to worry about.
I'm gonna have some
anything like that.
popcorn. Probably get myself
Same.
freaking pizza. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some
It's gonna
popcorn
be
as well.
fantastic, bro.
Yeah.
Some popcorn and
So
shit.
now let's get into our last thing here, our last minute, Extreme Rules predictions before we, do our watch along and get to enjoy the show tonight with
Gotcha.
all you.
Yeah. So Bray Wyatt.
It's happening.
That's my
It's
last minute
happening.
prediction.
Obviously,
Bray
me and
Wyatt.
Donnie already know because you told us in the group chat last night.
Yep.
Yep.
Explain a little bit more about this new QR code because me and Donnie haven't watched it yet.
Okay. So
Obviously, it's no
I will
secret.
never click one of those
all
QR
right.
codes, guys, by the
So
way.
it was a black and white cart, like have you know what Steamboat Willie is, right? From like the
Yeah.
1950s. It was like
Mhm.
fucking Mickey Mouse's first like appearance ever.
I know
So-
that because Chaz showed me.
Yeah, so Steamboat, it was a very Steamboat Willie-esque like black and white cartoon. It was very choppy, very gritty, and there was like some like fucking effects going on and shit. And it showed these pigs like on top of like these like I want to say like houses or
Huskus.
something. So like how like the big bad wolf is usually the one that like huffs and puffs and blows their fucking house down.
Yep.
No, this time it was like a few pigs like just like trying to break down a house, and they just like you would hear like sounds and like really weird like sounds, and then all of a sudden all you would hear them say, and it just kind of like started really quiet and it built up, and it was just like, let me in, let me in, let me in.
All
It was just saying
right.
let
Yeah,
me in
that confirms
repeatedly.
it 100%.
They basically confirmed it's Bray Wyatt, and he might not be alone. He might not be alone. I think that's what the multiple pigs was signifying. Is he
So
might not be alone, or you might
Eric
see
Redbeard needs
so
to come
Eric
back.
Redbeard, Tommaso Ciampa, somebody else. I don't know who, but somebody
I
else.
think Karrion Kross should be join his faction, bro.
That would be
That'd be
sick.
fucking.
I think it'd
No.
be sick, but at the same time,
I
it's
like
too
him
soon.
being on his own with Scarlett.
Here's the thing: I can see Karrion Kross joining it with Scarlett if they actually spark a rivalry between Karrion Kross and fucking Bray Wyatt if he resurges during their match, because they kind of foreshadowed it on Friday.
I don't want Cross being a
So,
part of it. Keep
I
him
would
on
love
his
seeing
own.
I would love to see
Man's a main
Kross
event
versus
guy.
Bray Wyatt, though. Oh my fucking god!
Yes, I
would
want to see
kill for
Cross
that.
and
I
Wyatt.
would
Yes,
fucking
that
kill.
match.
kill
I would
for
love
it.
to see a whole storyline and rivalry right there.
I would do
Take my
questionable
money.
things for that
Take
match.
my money. I will
So-
freaking pay all the money in the world to see that.
So
But
from what I
don't want them
know,
to be paired together.
so from what I know, from what I've heard from the dirt sheets, Fightful and Dave Meltzer or whatever,
Mhm.
I have heard that we're supposed to be getting a reveal tonight,
We are.
but that doesn't mean we're gonna see Wyatt.
I have a feeling
I
we're
don't
going to
know.
see
I
his
don't know if
faction
he's in
first.
Philly. I don't know if it's gonna be just like
Here's the thing.
a flash on the screen or whatever. It's gonna show like
I have a feeling.
silhouette of his face with like a date underneath it. I don't know.
I have a feeling that if he's not coming alone, that it's that Drew and Karrion or Seth and Riddle, whoever that they fucking impose on, I think it's going to be whoever's returning with him that attack him, and then he's going to show up on screen.
So you
I
think
have a
it's gonna?
feeling that's how it's going to happen.
So
He's
do you
gonna show
think
up on
it's gonna
screen
be
with video
sort of
pack.
like something that happened with MJF came back?
Basically, but he doesn't show up physically. I think he's just going to show up on screen, and he's going to be
got a
like in
bold
his new
prediction.
gimmick. So I think.
Oh, Donnie's got a bold prediction. That
What's your
Skittles
bold?
hat.
What's your bold per peepee, bro? What's your bold per peepee?
So here's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to get an awesome vignette video playing.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Wyatt's going to
All the
appear on the
packages.
vignette. And then whatever match this happens, Eric Redbeard will be the one to attack.
I think he will. I think Eric Redbeard will.
And that's just going to
definitely
indicate
be...
all the signs that, okay, yep, it's Bray Wyatt. There's
see-
no looking back.
I
now.
see Eric Redbeard and Tommaso Ciampa. I see both
Eric
of them being
Redbeard will
part of
be
it.
appearing.
And
I think.
Dexter Loomis. I have a feeling that is going to be the new Wyatt family per se. Is Redbeard, Loomis,
Bro,
Ciampa.
think about it. Wyatt,
Gacy, too.
Wyatt,
Oh, Gacy would be sick.
Wyatt, Gacy,
Loomis.
Dexter Loomis, Eric Redbeard, Karrion Kross.
No Cross.
No, Cross. I can see Cross more in Judgment Day.
I
If
can't.
he's
see
going
that.
to a faction, I can see him more going Judgment Day.
I can see him being with Wyatt, bro.
I can see him being the actual leader of Judgment Day.
I feel like if Wyatt joined, if Karrion Kross joined Wyatt, it would propel him to the next
Bro,
fucking stratosphere.
I am just celebrating the fact
No,
that we're seeing the
man.
returns
Have
of
him have a
factions.
rivalry with him. Keep him away from a faction.
I'm just
doesn't
happy that
need
we're
it.
seeing the return of factions in general, if I'm being
Yes,
deadass.
me too.
I'm just happy about it.
Yeah.
But I think Eric Redbeard makes an appearance tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Or, the
dude.
guys
not
around the
coming alone.
faction will debut tonight. Video of Wyatt.
Bro.
I think.
What if this is like the biggest fucking work of all time, and fucking Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy both come back with Gacy and Wyatt? That would be fucking
My
ridiculous.
mind, I think, would
That would be
explode
dude.
live
I
on the
would
watch
literally
along.
melt. I would literally melt. I would just fucking go straight stupid. Like I would be like, that's literally just it. Like that would literally be me shitting my pants just because I don't know what to say. I can't process it. Like
Yeah,
that would
no,
literally.
but I
that
think
would
we got
break my
ourselves
neck.
a great pay-per-view ahead of us tonight, and I'm very excited.
This is gonna be the best Extreme Rules
I'm concerned
pay-per-view
for my
in
kids'
years,
well-being.
bro.
Well, and I like how every match is a stipulation too, which makes
Absolutely.
it
That's
even
how it should
better.
be.
Yeah.
But anything else, guys, before
The
we
last
close
the
this
last
off?
several fucking Extreme Rules pay-per-views we got, we'd be happy if we had one match with
Yeah.
with an Extreme Rules stipulation.
And now we have all. But I have nothing else to add. That was basically everything I wanted to cover. Really. Oh no. We have one more thing to talk about.
What's up?
What the fuck is the deal with Andrade? Please elaborate with me. I only know very little other than the fact that he tried to bitch slap Sammy Guevara.
Donnie,
and
you're
Sammy Guevara's
more
bitch.
like
I don't know what is
active
happening?
on
I'll let
wrestling
you know.
Twitter than
Oh, I am
than
very
me.
active on wrestling Twitter and
what
NBA
is going
Twitter.
on? What's going
So
on?
when it comes to wrestling Twitter, here's what happened. So apparently TMZ put a false report out there that Sammy Guevara started a fight with Andrade, and people were mad that Sammy Guevara was there, but Andrade got kicked out of the arena. But it actually ended up being false, what TMZ posted, because it looked like Andrade was waiting for Sammy Guevara to arrive at the arena. And then what happened? Andrade threw a couple punches at Sammy Guevara and started the fight
he
with
did.
him.
Of course.
And
he
then
did.
what happened was Sammy Guevara got all this freaking heat because of false things from TMZ. And Andrade now is, he's not getting fired. He got kicked out, basically, and I think he's suspended.
All right. So what I'm going to say about that real quick is, one, Andrade's not anywhere near as good as he claims to be. Two,
Sammy
he would have
Guevara is better in
absolutely
the ring
no
than he
pull
is
without Ric
hot take.
Flair. Three, he's Charlotte Flair's husband, which honestly, Charlotte Flair, let's be real, is a bigger star than Andrade will ever be.
Yeah, even though I don't like Charlotte, I
but it's
agree with
true.
you.
Sammy Guevara is better in the
Sammy
ring, but I
Guevara,
feel like he's very replaceable in a lot of
He
ways.
is. Oh, dude,
He
Sammy
has
Guevara
more
could be-
character
dude,
and
I'm
charisma
sorry,
than
but Sammy
Andrade ever
Guevara-
had.
I know.
I didn't
100.
say that.
Sammy
I just
Guevara
said
could
he's
be
very
forgotten about
replaceable.
tomorrow.
I know. I'm just saying that
could be
to
forgotten
all the
about
Andrade
tomorrow.
fans out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm not defending Andrade at all. I think he's an absolute baby back bitch. But I also don't blame Andrade for wanting to fucking punch him in his crap lousy face, because he's literally the fucking weirdest looking dude I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. He literally looks like a fucking ferret. And I
Wait,
can't stand
who?
his fucking face. Sammy Guevara. He looks like a fucking ferret. He looks like a fucking ferret with like some weird fucking piercing gaze, fucking big ass googly eyed looking fuck.
No,
sorry,
but
I
you
can't stand him.
forgot one part of Sammy Guevara though.
He
the
does
tongue.
part of our
He
intro,
always
and I
got the
can't
tongue
fucking
out.
stand him. He fucking Sammy Guevara literally got his clicks, and I don't give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck. Like
He
it's
said
ridiculous.
He looks like a
Dude,
ferret.
he looks like a fucking. He literally looks like a ferret on cocaine. Like that's literally what he's like, as a ferret on cocaine. He's the ferret god.
He started out as a vlogger, didn't he? And then he transitioned into pro wrestling somehow.
He's been a fan all of
Because
his
I
life.
remember
he's been wanting to be a wrestler his whole
Respect
life.
for his professionalism, I guess, but fuck Sammy Guevara too. I'm sorry, but I wanted to elaborate on it. And
like
get some
if
opinion on it.
I will say
That's all
this,
I
and I
have to add.
didn't, yeah, because you weren't on the extra with me and Donnie. Me and Donnie already elaborated and gave our
Yeah.
thoughts. One thing that I didn't say was I would be more on Andrade's side over this whole scenario if it hasn't come out over the last several weeks that he's been wanting to get out of AEW. So
Thank you.
part of me
Well
keeps
hard to feel
thinking
bad
that
for somebody.
part of me
like
keeps
that.
thinking that maybe Andrade wanted this to happen.
He
think he
did
did.
want this to happen. He wanted
It's a
to
breach
get
of
away
contract. He wants to
out
get
of
the fuck
there to
out.
go to WWE. That's
To be
why
with-
a lot of people might
Charlotte.
hate our opinion on this whole situation.
What's so funny is
but
he's
it's
literally.
Andrade's fault.
It's so
As
funny
much
because
as
he's
you guys might
fighting.
hate Sammy Guevara, it was
It is
Andrade's
Andrade's
fault.
fault. Dude, I'm not defending Andrade at all. I think it's
I
his
know.
fault 100%, but I just hate Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, no, and I know
however,
you're reiterating that.
I don't know why Andrade's fighting so hard to get out of AEW when all he's doing is rushing to go to NXT. Because he's gonna join that fucking Spanish group with Zelina Vega that she just researched. Like she's gonna join them.
Oh yeah.
So why are you rushing so hard to go to NXT? The show that sucks the most right now. Like Nikita
Well,
Lyons could go up to Raw and immediately I'd be invested.
I love how all these guys
Sammy
want to go
Guevara
back
on his
to.
tweet was right though. Andrade friggin' failed to get over for a
He
second
did
time.
twice. He was like, "You failed to get over twice, and you're mad as fuck about it, dude." I respect
Andrade was over
100.
as fuck when he first. I remember when he first walked out in the AEW. It was at the
Yeah,
It was at their home arena
but
in
then again,
Florida. I
so
can't
was
remember the
Miro.
name
What
of
the
it.
fuck has Miro done lately? Not much.
Well,
He's
I
been
know
doing a
he
lot of
Miro.
stuff outside of AEW, which is why
Yeah.
he hasn't
He also
really been
wants
on
out
there.
too now.
I wouldn't
I
necessarily say
did
that. He
saw no,
hasn't
I did
really
see a
come.
report actually. At first, that was true, but then like the
He
reporter
retracted it.
came back and said it was false with him wanting out. I think
Well,
he just
apparently he
wants to be
forgives
booked
Vince.
better. I think.
Yeah.
I love how
But
once Vince was like,
I
"This
know
is
like
you."
guys like Miro and Samoa Joe. Miro was
Samoa
living in New
Joe's
York
fucking
City
great.
for a long time, like in the Brooklyn area. I remember
Yeah,
because somebody got records or whatever, and like got like his rental history records or whatever, and he was renting a townhouse or something in
yeah.
Brooklyn because he was filming something. So I know Miro's doing a lot of like TV work and movie work and stuff like that, which we should be seeing soon. Samoa
Sweet.
Joe's in that
Suicide Squad.
what's that new series they just filmed? It's based on that PlayStation game from back in the day. The
Uh,
metal something.
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Voice
That's
work he's been doing.
Yep. Yep, he's been
yeah.
doing that with Anthony Mackie and shit, and he also just got done doing Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, which is coming out on all consoles and PC everywhere next year. So be on
So
the lookout for
that are not showcased every week, I just assume they're off doing other things.
They are. They
Other
are.
ventures,
100.
you know.
I mean,
But
that's
yeah,
the good
that's
thing
all I
about
have to add.
AEW is they have that kind of freedom. You
Yeah,
don't have that in WWE. Everything that you
you have
do
to be a top guy to have
has to
that.
go through them. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Remember when all the superstars wanted to do Twitch and everything,
yeah.
and Vince said that
They
they
can
could
now.
do it as long as they give the revenue to WWE for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, that's all I have to add.
Yeah,
I
so
am
I
excited for
just
the
want
show
to say
tonight.
too, real quick, one thing I forgot to add in our extra.
Oh yeah, what's up?
That's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people hate Sammy Guevara, and everybody has their reasons. Like, I'm not
You're
going to
still on
argue
Sammy
about your
Guevara.
guys' opinions about Sammy Guevara, but just from my experience, I want to talk about a little bit. Meeting
I'm sure
him,
he's a nice guy.
just got to say, for my meet and greet experience with Sammy Guevara, I've met hundreds of wrestlers, and Sammy Guevara probably was number one out of all the
Okay.
people I met. Gave
And
me a
like I
free
said,
shout out. Really took that time and really
yeah,
talked to me and, my buddy John.
yeah,
And he had a big line too, remind you, but he
gotcha.
really took that time.
I will
And
say, he
I
could be a
will
nice
never, I
guy,
can't talk crap about him, but I
Yeah,
get
dude,
why other
100.
people feel the way they do.
100. Like, here's the thing. He might be a nice guy, 100%, and I could back that, nicest dude on the planet, whatever. I just can't stand his fucking face, bro. Like, I just fucking can't. And it's his face. Like, it's genuinely his fucking face and the way his voice
That's the thing
matches
with a
it.
lot of heels,
That's it.
man. It's always the look. And that's
It
what
is.
gets
And his
them the money,
haircut
man.
bugs me out so bad. Like, it bugs me out
I
so
wish you would
bad.
get like
So
a
I
fade
just,
on the sides instead of just buzzing it all.
and then just keeping like a strip of like a rat tail on top of his head. But regardless,
So he looks like a ferret with a really bad haircut.
yes, basically.
All right, we'll leave it as that. So let us know in the comment section below, guys, what your
See you
guys'
guys
thoughts
tonight.
are on our extras for today. Before Extreme Rules, remember, we're going to be doing a watch-along live, 7:50 Eastern Standard Time. All three of us, we're going to be doing a nice watch-along. We would love for you guys to interact with us and make this stream awesome. But if you guys enjoy these extras, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, help support, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Links down in the description below. Go follow our social medias and other YouTube pages. All that down below. And by the way, guys, Smackdown reactions will be coming out before Extreme Rules, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace. Oh, wait, by the way, I just want to put out there, my camera didn't shut off, so I fixed the problem. Woo!
Hey!
Let's
Bonus.
fucking go, bro.
Best extra ever.